And Rising, my name is Angie, and this is Waking Gaia Oracle Messages. Now, we've got some crazy shifting energies going on. We have Venus direct on Saturday, January 29th, which should be when you're watching this. So we've had some very interesting energies over these last few weeks, to say the least. And we're in a new phase, a new air. It's a breath of fresh air that we've got coming up. Although it may feel a bit strange because this is something new, an energy we have not experienced before. So we're all kind of standing on high alert, wondering what the heck is about to go down. So let's pull some cards and see if we can tap on into that energy. Butterfly, the soul. We're going deep. Deep, deep, deep. All right. I'm also going to pull a few other oracle cards. I've got Moonology Oracle. And pull a card out of. Going to build ourselves a story here. Now this card wants to come out. Full moon in Capricorn. How funny is that? Because we have got so much Capricorn energy going on. And this is the end of a tough cycle approaches. Ooh, I like that one. Right? So, like I said, we've had some very dense energies, very intense energies that we've been feeling over the last several months. And with Venus going direct and leaving retrograde, we're going to feel this weight taken off of us. And then February 5th, like I said, Mercury will go direct as well. So, we're kind of leaving this retrograde behind, which is almost this backwards motion. We feel like this stuck energy, like we're in quicksand that's, turning to cement real fast. It's when all those things that just go figure kind of things happen. And we're moving away from that energy, which is always so nice. So nice. Of course, there's some people out there that don't mind retrograde, like myself. I had 6 planets in retrograde when I was born. So I'm kind of a retrograde baby. And I like things when they're backwards. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card out of my animal oracle. Not the divine animal oracle, just the animal oracle. All right. I have Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. This is number 51. Be playful. We have a very, like I said, this is like a breath of fresh air that's coming our way. I do keep getting this message of be aware of what news is headed your way. Be in your present moment, because there's going to be something that will come your way, a bit of information or news, something that you observe happening that will come in and kind of change things for you. That's what's going to help you shift into that area. And, just being playful will keep you in the present moment, right? Not getting too out there in your fantasies, but just being playful, having a lighter energy about you will keep you grounded in the moment. I know it sounds so backwards to be playful and grounded, but it truly anchors you in, right? It's a balanced energy. Just laughing, just smiling alone will uplift your energy and kind of help recenter you. So a good laugh will help center anybody. All right, so let's pull some tarot and see what we have going on. Let's see, what are we going to go for? I guess it's Mystic Mondays. Two of Swords. Two of Wands in the reverse. One went flying, excuse me. Looks like 9 of Cups. Ooh. 9 of Cups upright. I like that. The World and Judgment. Wow. Okay, so I like this. This is so what I'm seeing is that there was a past energy, a lot of being at odds with others, a lot of disagreement, not just more butting heads, a lot of butting heads with others. And this is more of this is a past energy, right? The current energy that we're in at the moment is more of it's like you're having a hard time really seeing the future, seeing and visualizing exactly where you want to be. It's like it could be so many different ideas that you don't know which direction to go. Or it could just be a lack of ideas and you truly like, what do I do? We've got a lot of people who have been doing the 9 to 5 thing for a while and are freshly out of that and just lost at this point. Like, what do I do with myself now? You know, we live in a society where we've been raised to ignore our own talents, our own special gifts. We have been taught to follow the leader, to listen to authority, listen to your boss, listen to the person telling you what to do, not to think for yourself. Just do what you're told. And so we a lot of this new energy is a lot about thinking outside of the box, using your imagination. Like, what can you come up with? What new beautiful ideas can you come up with? First, start with, what do you love? What gets you up in the morning? What gets you excited? Other than, I have to get up because I got to go to work and pay my bills. What makes you excited about your day? Start there. That's the best place to start when planning a future or trying to visualize your future, is what excites you. Let's start in that area first. So we do have, as our challenge card, we do have the 9 of Cups, which is, the 9 of Cups is viewed as the wish come true kind of card, right? The treasures, the good old wish come true card. So as a challenge, it's like, maybe we're not seeing our dreams and wishes manifest as quickly as we'd like, right? But I really feel like we are stepping into an energy that just upped this whole game to an entire new level. This is an energy that we have never experienced, never seen, never felt, and it's got a lot of people on edge. Like, what is coming? What is coming? What's coming is a new energy. What's coming is everything we've been working for, everything we've been trying to manifest. What's coming is everything we've been asking for. So make sure what you're asking for is what you truly want. What you're sitting there trying to manifest, is that what, if the universe gave you that, if your wishes did come true at this exact moment, what would have to happen first before that? Like, oh, I wish, I don't like my job. I want a dream job. Okay, well, the universe is probably gonna have your boss fire you tomorrow, because you're not going to willingly just leave that job and take the risk to go on and find your dream job. So the universe is going to push you because it knows you're not going to just walk away from that job by yourself. So if your boss fires you, then maybe you'll stumble onto your dreams, right? That's kind of how it works, is that we don't always realize that what has to be cleared out and how that feels or looks. It's a very unsure feeling. It's a very uneasy feeling because your foundation is being ripped from underneath you to build a new one. And that's a lot of what's happening in the world right now, which is funny enough because the world is our next card. This is our advice card. This is the card of, what is your world, right? Build your world. Focus on your world, right? And then we move that outwards. But you've got to focus on yourself first. It's like a completion. It's like be aware of how much you've accomplished, how far you've come. Be aware of all your blessings. Be aware of how beautiful and amazing you truly are. Instead of sitting there well, I can't do this. Well, I'm not good at this. And well, this isn't going my way. Try to change that into, you know what? I really like this about myself. And it's going to feel so weird at first. And you'll feel like you're lying to yourself. But you know it's true. We live in a world where we've been taught to not give ourselves credit where due, to not appreciate ourselves. And once we start appreciating ourselves and recognizing our value, then the standards go up. Not just for yourself, but how we treat each other. When we have the standards go up for how we expect to be treated, then we no longer will treat others any different, right? When you're used to being treated like shit, it's not such a big deal when someone else is treated like shit. But when you know your worth, you see other people's worth as well, right? So, of course, most of us are empaths, so we'll always see somebody's worth no matter what. Our last card is Judgment. Judgment in the world together, right? There's so much judgment in this world right now. Everybody is so focused on everyone else. And they have expectations of people that they themselves would not be able to carry out. When you look at somebody and you just see them, you don't know their life. You don't know the situation or circumstances. And every little factor plays a role in why that person is in the situation they're in. Some of it's their fault. Some of it's not their fault at all. Right? But this is another thing, is that we're learning to be more aware, because in the past we weren't aware. And there was a lot that happened to us that we could have changed had we known better. But that's part of life. That's part of growing and learning, right? That's a part of living, is the experience. It's good to learn. It's good to put yourself in someone else's shoes every once in a while, because it's easy to judge another person, right? We spend all day subconsciously judging ourselves. So judging another person is like second nature. We really should change that. The challenge for this upcoming week is to see something good about somebody that you don't necessarily get along with, right? So say you run into a not so nice person at the store, right? They're very opinionated person at the store. See something nice about them. Anything positive versus negative. A coworker that you've had nonstop issues with, try to find one good thing about them. And try to focus on that good thing about them instead of seeing red when they're talking, right? It's these small little steps. If we challenge ourselves to be better than the day before, then, that's the whole world. That's just getting better day by day, right? If we do not better ourselves, we cannot expect this planet, this life, this world, this experience to be any better than it is. So, that's my piece. I know I've got so much more to say. There's just so much going on, and without getting too negative or too into it, the rabbit hole the rabbit hole doesn't just go deep, okay? The rabbit hole leads into a labyrinth of dead ends. You're going to find information at every dead end. But it's not a dead end because you can't go any further. You can go plenty further. It's a dead end because you could literally trap yourself and start to hyper focus. It's overwhelming when you really start opening your eyes up to what's been going on in this world, to the truth of it all, to all the experiments that have been done in the last 100 years just to figure out human psychology, how we react, what we're triggered by. I mean, just the whole controlling of the old musher, the experiments that have been done inhumanely just to figure that out. When you really start going down the rabbit hole and tracing and tracking and figuring out where the money's going and who actually has shares in what company, you can go down this rabbit hole deep and you can get lost in it. At some point, you've got to zoom out of it. You've got to zoom out and understand that this is a battle that is already played out. We're just now seeing it take place in our physical realm, right? This is something that has been between, you could say, dark and light for centuries. And centuries ago, one thing led to another, and the dark had its time. It had its playground. And we were the rides, so to speak, right? We were the gravel. There's a lot going on, right? And you can, if you really zoom out and you kind of try to piece it all together, you can see where all this is leading. And it's kind of ridiculous, I mean, they didn't have to go through all this to just be like, hey, we want to advance our science. We want to advance our health care industry and whatnot and up our game. They've been working on this stuff for quite some time. And I mean, nobody's hiding that. I mean, if you watch different science documentaries or technical, the different science fairs they've had and stuff here, the World Science Fair and all that, they've been, technology is something they've really been working on. And our technology has advanced substantially in the last decade. And we have not even begun to see that yet. But we're about to. My true opinion is that all of this is just to desensitize us so that we go from the natural world to the AI world. I mean, everything in your house, I mean, it's tracking everything you're doing. And not all of this is bad because some of it has its potentials. There's some great potential with this technology that's out there now. However, the people using it don't have the greatest track records, so it is a little worrisome, right? And that's where the being clear and transparent and just upfront and honest would make all the difference in the world, literally. We are moving into a more advanced civilization, and they're desensitizing us to merge us and to be more accepting of AI, right? And I can go further into this, but, maybe this isn't quite the video for that. I got a lot to say on this. I've been really thinking this stuff over and connecting the dots, and I did have to pull myself out of that rabbit hole because it is deep. It's deep, man. It's a labyrinth down there. But once you get back out to that fresh air, you can piece it together and you can really see where this is just something that has been building and building and building and building, because it's what our society was, what our morals, our society based itself on. It was not morals. It was not morals. It was to advance. And then once the advancement hit, the profit came in. Or the profit and then the advancement. Either way. the I'm sorry, I'm losing my words here. I've been stuttering so bad today. I apologize. The intentions behind it all were wrong. They were corrupt from the beginning. But we're in a new era, right? We're moving into an era where that kind of stuff just isn't tolerable. Where being humane to all life is priority, right? The value of life, to value life, whether it is a plant, animal, human, that is where we're headed and moving. I do believe it's going to take a good decade for us to work out a lot of kinks of how to live without anger and how to live without certain violence and whatnot. I mean, the world's always going to have some of that, but I think we're moving into a new standard of living, right? And when I say a decade, it's going to be little by little. This is going to take a lot longer than a decade, but a decade, we're going to see a whole new world in a decade. 10 years from now, we will be living in a completely different world, right? It's like that time we didn't have internet and then we did, and how everything changed. We're kind of at that point right now. That's where we're at. We're at a pivotal point in history, and this one is huge. This is one that we've never seen. We've never explored. This new territory we're entering into is wild and fresh, right? Unexplored. I mean, get excited. You are here in this time for a reason, right? This is a big pivotal moment, and you are a part of that change. Just by you working on bettering yourself, you are contributing to that change in a positive way. And if that's all you're doing, then you be proud of yourself, because that is huge, and it is so much more than many other people are doing. You're doing something. You're doing something to be a better person, to be positive, to be happy, to live a good life. Be proud of yourself, right? And spread that love. So, I hope I didn't get too deep off the end for you. Believe me, I could get so much deeper off the end. Oh my goodness. I have so many, like I said, consider everything, believe nothing. Believe nothing, consider everything. I am wise enough to know that I know nothing at all. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So much love. Peace.